welcome. We got a few folks with us on the Facebook page, and we've got quite a few people in the Zoom room. Good to have everybody. TGIT, thank God it's Tuesday. I hope everybody's busy as a bee, cheerful as a cricket, steady as a clock, and standing on the faithful rock. How do? Good to have y'all. Welcome. We are prioritizing. We're here today. Hello, Angela. We're here today prioritizing. Number one, we're giving the first fruits of our day to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Then we're focusing on self-care. I am loving awareness. I love everything and everyone I'm aware of, and that includes my temple, my body, self-care. I can only love based upon the level of love I give myself. So if I want to love you more, if I want to love my brothers and sisters more, I got to love myself more. You can't love me if I don't love myself. So we're going to work on loving on Jesus. We're going to work on loving on our temple, and then we're going to work on loving others. That's what we're here to do. And we do that with zeal according to knowledge. We were reading this morning about zeal with knowledge as opposed to zeal without knowledge. I see a lot of people get excited about starting a new diet. First three letters of the word diet spelled die. Anything we start with and can't stay with forever is a waste of our time. But people sure do get excited about them new diets. And then only to find the newness of it, the new car smell wears off of it, and then they're looking for another new diet. So we want to stop that. We want to stop that. We want to live a proper lifestyle, proper eating lifestyle, where the chief cornerstone is Jesus, and we eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. It's just good. It's good living. Get excited, get fired up. Have that zeal, but according to knowledge. You're going to be able to garner all of the knowledge you will ever need here at Shibboleth. You're going to learn, if you'll immerse yourself in the information, you're going to learn a practical, sustainable, and fun approach to eating and living. I've never found an eating lifestyle that I like more than this one, except for one. And that was back when I could eat anything and everything I wanted to every single day without any self-discipline. Shoot, I loved that as far as the mouth pleasure of it went, but then it yielded so much pain. It just wasn't worth it. And then I set out to find diet after diet after diet that would work for me. None of them worked for me. I'd lose a few pounds, gain it back. I'd go to extremes. I've done everything from Slim Fast, Dexatrim, Quick Weight Loss Center, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig. None of it worked for me because it wasn't practical, sustainable, and something I could live with. I needed to be able to shop at my local grocery store and with education, understand how to combine foods to control insulin, understand how foods break down in my body so I can make better decisions, learn how to do this on a budget, learn how to do it at a restaurant, fast food restaurant, at Mama's, wherever. After church on Sunday when you go to the Mexican restaurant, I had to know how to do it wherever. And this program, it's just changed everything for me. Not only do I love the foods that I eat, I do have to live with a little daily self-discipline, but I not only love the foods that I eat, I love the way it makes me feel. I tell people this, and then we'll get on with the program today, but I tell people that used to, I live with pleasure pain. For example, let's say that I got the FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm at the Mexican restaurant, and I have FOMO. Everybody's eating what they want to, and I can't. So I felt like I was missing out. And then next thing you know, I was engaging in it too. And oh, it tastes so good. Tastes so good. The old devil would convince me, if you don't really enjoy eating out with these folks today, enjoy these chips and all this stuff, you may die before you make it back out here to the Mexican restaurant again. So, boy, I would just bathe myself in the chips and the cheese dip and the chimichanga and then the fried ice cream. And, boy, I would do such as that all the time. Go to Red Lobster and take out the Cheddar Bay biscuits like they was never going to make another Cheddar Bay biscuit. Tastes good, pleasure, but then it led to pain. Now I tell people I don't live with pleasure, pain anymore. I live with pleasure. And the Lord loves that. He wants his children to have pleasure. I enjoy what I eat or I don't eat it. But then because I live with the Shibboleth Shield, afterwards I don't have any guilt. I don't have any regret. I just feel so good, feel good all day. So it's pleasure, pleasure. So we get to choose today. Is it going to be pleasure, pain, or pleasure, pleasure? So welcome, everybody. My name's Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. Program's changed my life. Let me welcome Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Deborah. Good to have everybody. Diane. Tip of the day, she says, when shaking up your shaker cup of spark, make sure the lid is closed or it will explode. I know that very well. Awesome, y'all. Good to have you. Somebody says, send my little puppy. See if Renzo let me borrow some of that energy, Charles says. You must have seen him zooming. All right, y'all. I'm going to get started. If I missed anything, do forgive me. Just a little disclaimer. I got about 20 minutes today. That's not normal for our 11 o'clock session, but we're getting ready to determine when our re-grand opening is. So we're going to have an online re-grand opening, and we're working on some stuff behind the scenes. One of our developers, close friend of ours, is in the Ukraine. So I'm going to be trying to figure out with him shortly when our re-grand opening is coming, whether it's June the 1st or whether I'm going to have to put it off to July the 1st. So if y'all will bear with me today, I will be back Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week at 11. But I'm just going to do Q&A today because I've only got until about 11:30, 11:35, and then I got a bolt. So let's just get started. Do y'all have any questions for me? Is that okay with y'all? Y'all won't get mad at me if we keep this to a 30-minute session today, I hope. We also got Jack coming up tonight, and I'm running way behind on stuff that I got to work on. We're a small team. Let me, before I forget, thank you, partners. We had 2 more partners sign up yesterday. You're going to love the partner perks when we re-grand open. I know you will. So thank you so much for what you're doing, making a way for us to provide a free community program. All right. So questions, behavior modification, nutrition, anything. Hey, Sarah, good to have you on Facebook. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. God bless you. Good to have you on Facebook, sis. Good to have everybody. All right, looking for some questions here in the Zoom room first. Has the video library changed? I only have a limited number of videos and I've watched them all. It has changed. We're taking Diane, we're getting ready for re-grand opening. And I haven't looked at it today. Sasha and I are having to divide and conquer. And I don't know what changes have taken place today, but you're just going to see more and more changes. Please reach out if you can't find something that used to be there. It's all there, but we're going through some development changes. So all of the past videos, except for Fast Track, they're all going into an archive folder. You'll still have access to all of them, but they're going into an archive folder. That's old information. It'll still be available to you to use. And then we're launching new curriculum-based classes. You'll have the Fast Track. You'll go through that. Then after you pass and earn your Fast Track badge, you'll enter the Shibboleth journey. And then you'll go through the Shibboleth journey, earn your Shibboleth journey badge, and then you can go through Tiger and earn your Tiger badge. Now, some of you've already earned those. We're not taking anything away from you. We never take anything away. We only add to. The Lord is our helper. So we didn't remove anything. I haven't looked at it today. I'm behind, but I know there are changes taking place right now, and we're getting ready for re-grand opening. We'll be briefing all of our long-term members about all these amazing new changes that's there to benefit our lifetime members and our partners. Sally says or asks, we know what a good rate of pounds being lost is, but what about inches? What is a good rate of inches lost? It's going to coincide with your pounds. So inch lost will be if you're preserving muscle and you're losing body fat, preserving a high amount of muscle. You always lose some fat, some muscle, but when you use the Shibboleth Shield, you're setting up a bulwark against losing very much muscle. So as you are losing those pounds, that generally speaking will coincide to the amount of inches lost. So example, if you've lost 10 pounds, that's usually going to coincide with 15 to 20 inches lost. So a little bit more inch loss than you experience from a pound loss standpoint, as long as we're preserving muscle. Hope that helps. Is it too late to do the Jack 24 challenge? No, you'll have an opportunity to figure out if it's the right thing for you. We're going to call it Intervention Island, by the way. It's 20. We'll be renaming it the Intervention 24 days on Intervention Island. We'll do the orientation tonight, and then folks will have the rest of the week to determine if they're starting on Monday. But I would expect that people should get a jump start on whether they're going to do it or not after tonight's session. Who is leaving? Not sure I understand. I may have slipped up in my words. Nobody's leaving. Not sure if I said something that indicated that. Christy, if you'll elaborate, I'll try to elaborate. But I'm not understanding the question. The daily doses will probably go in archive, but please don't. I hope y'all aren't misunderstanding what I'm saying. We're not removing them. They'll be available to you. They're getting updated. Everything's getting updated. We're making it fresh, making it new. We've listened to you all, and y'all want more structure. There's very good structure with Fast Track, but everything else was a hodgepodge of information. It's all still available. Nothing's being taken from you. You'll still have access to it all. Even the old daily doses will still be all there for you to use anytime you want to use them, but I will be updating everything throughout the rest of this year. Still have access to every single video, but we're changing so that we can learn from the lessons of Fast Track, which is people want structure, and we're going to give you more structure. And what is the website to become a partner? It is www, if somebody don't mind helping me there and typing that out, www.help. Maybe I can just do it. Let me do it real quick. We appreciate our partners. We're certainly going to need partners to sustain ourselves, and we're trusting the Lord for it. www.helpshibboleth.com. Thank y'all for considering. Where can I find the info for tonight's session? Let me see if Joni's with me. Joni on Facebook, could you give the link to Yamara? Yamara, if you'll give Joni just a few minutes, she'll try to provide you the link to register for the class tonight. Any other questions, comments? Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for that kind comment. Anybody else? We are determined to save lives. That we're going to do our best to do that, but we need the help of people, and we need the help of the Lord. Jameer, let me see if I'm pronouncing that right, because I don't have the full name. Let me see. Jamira, sorry about that. Jamira, what's the difference between partner and lifetime member? Lifetime member gets just about, not just about, really all access. You get all the programs, not just the beginner program, Fast Track, Shibboleth Journey, Tiger's Eye, and many, many other advanced features, expanded food library, expanded recipe library, just amazing. Way under what it cost us to facilitate the program. That's why we need partners. We charge $49 for a lifetime membership. $49 for a lifetime membership. And the only way we're going to be able to sustain ourselves with a great support team is to also find partners that will help us at $5 a month or more, and they're going to start getting partner perks, and they're going to love partner perks. They're going to get an exclusive podcast by Sasha and I, updates every month on the Shibboleth ministry, and some amazing new features that we're adding for our partners called partner perks. And there's not a set price for being a partner. We want people to give. We're going to give back to them. It's not like you're giving and not getting anything in return. But Shibboleth's always had a challenge budgeting and staying stable and maintaining the same familiar faces that you have these. You don't want. Once you get to know Joni, you don't want somebody else in her place 3 months from now. We need more. We need to pay our people a living wage, be able to budget through slow seasons, maintain our great level of service. So we're trying to find partners at $5 a month or more. So if a partner's paying $50 a month versus one that's paying $5 a month, we're no respecter of person. They get the same thing. It's according to our members' ability to pay. We want to be a ministry first and foremost. We had one yesterday that signed up, just blew us away, $35 a month. And I'm like, wow, we need a lot of $5 a month partners, but right there, it's like getting 7 partners in one. So we appreciated her. And we've got other partners that are helping us. It's growing a little bit every day, and we need our partners. Hey, Tammy. Hey, everybody. You can, anytime the Lord leads and you want to increase or decrease your monthly, or stop it at any time. We know sometimes life gets tough for folks. Let us know. Just email info@myshibboleth.com, info@myshibboleth.com, and Sasha can help you decrease, increase, or pause it, whatever you need to do. We just want to be here for you, and it's going to take more than me to do what we do. I'll be doing this. I'm not leaving anybody as long as I'm in my right mind. But I'm trying to avoid working another full-time job to try to keep and two, I answer endless emails. I need my team. So thank y'all for understanding that. Is there a way to donate without being a partner? There is. You can still go to www.helpshibboleth.com, and you can do a one-time donation. Now, we still will give you partner perks even for that one-time donation. We just want people to give according to their ability. But if it's a one-time thing, then it just goes out for the duration. If somebody gives $100, then they're going to get 20 months of partner perks. So that's how we do that. Greta, years ago, I heard somewhere that if you don't get enough protein, you will lose muscle, and it can never be gotten back and is replaced with fat. Is this true? That is not true. It couldn't be further from the truth. Muscle does not turn into fat any more than fat turns into muscle. Huge myth. You do have to get enough protein, because protein, amino acids that come from protein, feeds muscle so that we preserve muscle. And you, just like fat, let me put it this way. This might help you all. This is a good teaching moment. When you lose fat, you're not really losing the fat cells. The fat cells were filled with fat. Your body produced more fat cells, and they were filled with fat, and you kept overindulging, and your body kept producing fat cells. When you start losing weight, your body begins to deplete the fat that's stored in those fat cells, and the fat cells get smaller. That's how you lose weight. But all the fat cells that your body create because of overindulgence are still there. That's why, good teaching moment, that's why when people diet and lose weight, they gain it back so fast, because all those fat cells are still there. The same thing happens with muscle. You can look at somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger, how he can get back muscled up so fast, even in his 70s, when he applies himself. And that's because muscle cells work the same way. So if you lose muscle, those muscular cells that you once had are still there, and they can be easily reconstituted by consuming protein and working out and getting blood flow to the muscle. So no, muscle does not turn to fat. Fat does not turn to muscle. That has been a biological impossibility for a very long time that is purported out there. So no worries there. And if you're following the Shibboleth Shield, you're getting adequate amounts of protein to preserve the most amount of muscle possible. If you want to preserve more muscle, then you need to exercise. So Greta, let me know if that properly unpacked your question and answered you in the way that you wanted to be answered. Oh, thank you so much, Paula. We really appreciate that. It helps more than anyone can know. Hey, Kim. Travis, what does it show up on our banking when it drafts? I don't know. I wish I did. Sasha handles all of the financial matters. Joni, can you let me know you're with me? And Joni, Kim Arnold is one of our great partners. She's been so good to us, Joni. Kim, you may not have wanted me to say that. I don't have your form in front of me. If you wanted to be anonymous, I'm sorry. But you've been such a sweetheart and so good to this ministry. Let me get Joni to help you, and she can be a conduit between you and Sasha, and we can take care of whatever you're needing us to take care of. We could not do this without Kim Arnold and others like Kim Arnold. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Joni's going to take care of that for you, Kim. Thank you, Joni. Really appreciate that. Joy asked, if I have to eat a late dinner because of work schedule, what is your recommendation for foods to eat later in the evening so it doesn't hurt my progress? If you still have an eating episode remaining that you haven't used and you've got to eat close to bedtime, let's always go with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. Or let's go with, here's your options for best results: a 1 and 2, or a 7 and 2. Those are your best options. Or if you can get away with it, something like that's already pre-digested, so you're not digesting food all night while you sleep. That takes away from your overall recovery. You could do like a Health-Wise high protein soup, a package or 2 of that as an eating episode right before bed, like the Health-Wise high protein chicken noodle soup, or the high protein chicken and broccoli soup, the high protein tomato basil soup. You've got several good high protein Health-Wise soups that are good before bed. Otherwise, if you're looking at whole food, you want to stay away from category 3, stay away from category 5, stay away from category 6, and stay away from category 4, or else your body will be processing fat or glycogen all night instead of you burning fat. Hey, Sandra, I did a one-time donation a few months ago and averaged over 5 a month. Yes, that absolutely. So if you did, once we do this new re-grand opening and you see more partner perks beginning to pop up, then if you had originally donated $50, example, then that would be 5 will go into 50. That'll be 10 months of partner perks. What is the best way to firm up cellulite? The Shibboleth Shield. The Shibboleth Shield, number 1. Following the Shibboleth Shield, you cannot improve any. You cannot improve any of the things you want to improve without operating in a calorie deficit until you reach your goal weight and controlling insulin. Number two, exercise. Number 3, hydration, which is already a part of the Shibboleth Shield, and then consider doing something like body brushing. But that's such a negligible impact. You may not want to fool with that. So exercise, proper hydration, the Shibboleth Shield. That there is really no other answers there. It works long term. Stop yo-yo dieting, lose all the body fat, excess body fat you can, and start exercising. Thank you, Christy. Christy's become one of our partners. Thank you, Christy, so much. Appreciate you sharing that with others. That will help others decide to want to become a partners. And I hope once our partners start seeing these partner perks, that y'all will really talk it up, because we're going to need a lot more partners to sustain ourselves. Hey, Kimberly, I do see you, Kimberly. I seen you on the onset. So yes, I do see you, and I'm glad you're here. Thank you for showing up. We'll make sure, hopefully y'all are getting your attendance badges. If you're not, we have a small team. Sometimes I have to go remind them not to forget certain tasks. When you come to these sessions, you should get your class attendance badge, and it will accumulate the number of classes you've attended. If you're not getting that, let me know, and I'll go make sure Lara isn't getting overwhelmed and that she's actually adding your class attendance to the website. I can't do that for Facebook folks, but I can do that for our Zoom folks. Thank you, Greta. Thank you for loving the support. We love you. Hey, Marla. Marla, become a partner. Thank you, Marla. You've already done so much for us. We love you too. I know that you know how much Sasha adores you, and so do I. God bless you. I know everybody wants to do keto, and that's all right for a little while, but it can wreak havoc on gut health long term. So glad you told him about Shibboleth. Chris has 97. She's attended 97 live classes. That's what she's got in her attendance badge. Good job, Chris. Good. Even if we watch YouTube videos past and now, no, the class attendance is based upon your live class attendance. We know that pre-recorded videos work. They help people, but nothing is more successful. If we look at the real hard data behind the scenes and we look at what is facilitating weight loss amongst our members, there are two critical criteria. Does anybody know what they are? Two critical criteria. There's many different, but there's two things that indicate you can see so clearly on the back end. These two things that people do foster the most weight loss. Does anybody know what those two are? Journaling and live meetings. Yes, James, absolutely. Absolutely. At this time, watching something we can look into in the future, maybe a different type of badge. I can think about that. We work on this, and y'all come up with great ideas. And as soon as I can pay for those ideas, I make it happen. But I haven't paid for that idea yet. If you watch a recorded one, can we get class attendance credit? Not at this time. Currently, it's only the live sessions, but that is something that I can work on for you in the future. Like when you don't make the class, but you actually watch that recording, you probably should get credit for that, and I will work on that one. Anybody else? Any other questions? Today's going to be a short session for me. So, yep, Alicia Edwards hit it too. Journaling and class attendance. Amen, amen, amen. What's a good way to help with loose skin as we lose weight? I would answer this the same way that I did the cellulite question. The same thing. You've got to start a resistance training protocol. You got to make sure you get adequate amounts of protein. You continue following the Shibboleth yo-yo diet, but resistance training. For our partners, Sasha and I we're working on it really hard on the back end. We're going to have these, I don't know if y'all are going to like it or not, but each week we're going to go live and we're going to show you some exercise movements. It'll be one class a week for our partners. We'll show you the exercise movements. And then the next week, those that are participating, you will get 3 exercise programs. So for example, we got a partner that signs up for it. Say, hypothetically, we decide that Wednesday's the best day. Sasha and I will say, these are the 10 movements that we'll be doing next week. We're going to show you how to do the form. Here's the form, and here's how you modify it based upon beginner, intermediate, or advanced level. And then the next week, you will get in your inbox your exercise program. And then it will be up to you to go through that program based upon the forms and techniques that we've shown you. And then we'll do that once a week, and every week you'll get some exercise programming based upon whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And we hope that our partners will like that. Hey, Karen. Hey, Karen Moore. Facebook's good. Don't forget that. Even though you're not getting those points in your badge, hey, you're still getting the benefit of being here and the live connection. So the result's the same. It will be better than the workout homework that we used to do, Deborah. You know, we did that for a while and it wasn't really utilized. And what I found was that people, they just didn't know the movements. That's what's hard when you have only 168 hours in a week. There's only so much that we can do. That's why we need more support folks helping Sasha and I because of our partners. So Sasha and I could be freed up to do more stuff like this. So by doing that live session and making sure everybody knows how to use, how to go through the movements with proper technique and how to modify it. Then they'll be set up for success the next week when they get their homework. Sometimes people just didn't know how to do the move, so they neglected to do it. So hopefully this will be, we learn from everything that we do. We learn from the exercise homework, and we learn how to do it better. And hopefully y'all will really like it. They will be beginner friendly. Every exercise, I will not do an exercise that I can't modify it for a beginner. So we'll modify it. So for example, a push-up. If you can't do a standard military push-up, then you go to your knees. If you can't do it on your knees, you do a chair push-up. If you can't do a chair push-up, you do it on the wall. So it's made to be scalable so that you can scale back or forward and even make it more difficult if needed. Should we stay away from category 4 in the evening for better weight loss? Charles Grant asked. That's it's a slippery slope. Not necessarily, unless you're going to eat within 4 hours of bedtime. So if you're eating a couple hours before bedtime, it's best to stay away from 4s and stick with 1s, 2s, or 7s, or a high protein health-wise soup. Joan asked, I just tuned in, did not hear but the last word or two of watching the live sessions every day. Would you repeat some of it, since I listen every day but don't know how to count it? Could you expound on that, Joan? I'm not sure what you're wanting me to answer. My apologies to you in advance. I probably missed something. I'm not really sure what you're referring to there. If somebody could, if y'all know what Joan's referring to, if you could expound, I'm happy to answer the question, but I'm kind of lost on what part you missed. Don't be afraid of Jack, Marla. He's a lot of fun if you don't take life too seriously. If you take life seriously and you have body image issues, you're on depression medication, anything like that, I'd prefer you stick with our already ongoing great classes. That's not to Marla. Marla's going to be fine. But this is meant to be a shocking intervention for people who don't take life too seriously and don't take themselves too seriously. And I respectfully say this, and I'm very genuine when I say it, I would not want 20-year ago Travis, who had 25-year ago Travis, who dealt with bulimia, to take Jack's session. So, I'm being genuine. If you have any mental illness, and I did, that is a form of mental illness. If you have any mental illness going on, you might, something might be said that you consider to be shaming of your current condition, because things will be said that will make one feel ashamed. So I would stay out of Jack's session. Awesome, Jody. Julie's great. I love her challenges. She's amazing. I love Jason's challenges. Maybe we can bring him back one day if we get enough partner perks. No, Kimberly, when you watch on Facebook, Facebook does not interact with our website. So I just simply have no way to do a roll call on Facebook. I'm so sorry about that. You should get credit for it. Hopefully you'll receive credit in your heart. But with Facebook, I just don't have any ability to connect with them. I just don't have any way to do it, unfortunately, to give class attendance credit for Facebook. Yes, all live Zooms automatically get credit for class attendance. Kimberly, I feel pretty good. I have some physical limitations that I work around, but I feel great. Thank you for asking. I just deal like everybody with seasonal allergies, but feeling pretty good. Thank you. Sometimes I get a little run down and I have to take a little break, and y'all have been kind to me when I do that, but no, I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for your prayers. Yeah, Jody, I wish I could. I wish I could. Love him. We still brothers, but he's got to make a living, and we have continued to see ever since COVID. It's been rough, and it broke my heart, broke his heart, but it is what it is. So when I get enough partners and we can get Shibboleth healthy, certainly if he's still available, would bring him back. We paid him. I think he would tell you we paid him well when he was here, and we did as long as we could. And we both talked. We could have paid him less and him stayed, or we could have come up with something. But he's a man too, and has to make a living for his family, and we respect that. Where do we join the sponsorship? It's partnerships is www.helpshibboleth.com, www.helpshibboleth.com. Help, SHIBBOLETH.com. How do you turn off coach mode? Click the button. Let me show you. Bear with me. I'll try to show you. I think he moved that to the profile now. Things keep moving on me too. It used to be in the journal. Let me see if I can find it for you. Joni may have to do it because if it takes me too long, I'm going to have to abandon ship because we got people watching. Coach mode start date. Okay. So what you got to do if you have any trouble, I'm not the best troubleshooter just because, not that I can't help you figure it out. Don't take me wrong, but that's why I pay my support team. I prefer to focus my time and attention on, and the reason I'm saying it's not because we're here, but I get emails, help me with this, help me with that. That's why we got the support team and the chat with us button, and that keeps things flowing rather nicely. But if you'll go to your profile, go to profile right here. Oh, Joni's already told you. Got it. Cool. I'm not even going to show you then. Joni's already told you if I read that right. Are these live only available on YouTube, or are they in the video? They're in the video library. So everything that I do in Zoom is then put in the video library. So we go to our video library, we hit recently added, and then boom, here we go. Everything. See, yesterday's is already here. Go to video library, hit recently added, boom, there you go. Everything that I've done in these support sessions is right here. Everything. We don't take nothing away. We just add to. Anybody else before I go today? All right, y'all. Good times await. We appreciate everybody. Thank you to our free community members. We love you just the same. I hope if you meet a lifetime member or partner that you thank them for making this possible. I could not do this on my own. We're powered by the Holy Spirit and by the household of faith. Without them, we cannot save lives. We just appreciate you all so much. Love y'all. Okay, well, just because I got to go early today, I'm going to go and get out of here. I look forward to seeing some of you tonight at 8 p.m. Please don't take it too serious. Jack is just fun. He don't mean any harm. And then he's backed by significant and popular demand, but he's just as despised amongst some of our members as he is beloved. So we'll do our best, and then tomorrow we'll be back at 11. Can I answer your question, Christine Freeman? I don't know. What is your question? Let me find it. I might have missed it. I found another one I didn't answer. Some of the videos I've watched in the past had a button you chose yes and when watched. Doesn't that log that you've watched it? It logs it for you. It logs it for you. It's letting you know that you watched a video, and then it lets us know that you watched a video, and you get a point for that, but it's not the same as live class attendance. Connection, real people connection, we have found to be vital just once a week. We have, and we could all prioritize one class a week, we have found significantly helps folks lose weight and stay in it for the long haul much more than watching a pre-record. Pre-records are good. They give you knowledge, but you can miss out on the enthusiasm that's required when you don't connect with others. Hope that makes sense. Still looking for Christine's question. I just don't see it. I'm looking. There it is. Until I buy a new phone, I cannot journal, but I want to do the Jack Challenge. Can I still watch the videos? I will require a paper journal. So if you're not going to journal online, it does make things harder on you and me, but we don't care about that. We care about loving on you and the results. So as long as you're willing to keep a paper journal and then submit that, then you will do fine. You will do fine. That will be allowed. Any other questions before I go? You're welcome. Y'all just remember now, Jack's mean. Don't take it out on me if he offends you. Don't leave the program if he offends you. He's just going to tell you to get up off your tail and work hard. All right. Okay. We'll see some of y'all tonight, good Lord willing. Pray for us. We'll be praying for you. Thanks for all you do. I'm going to go try to make happy, wonderful, amazing things happen with our development team. God bless y'all.